and welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia. Today I'm going to be watching Season 3, Episode 1 of Bridgerton. If you want access to my uncut reactions, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. I think this is the most excited I have been for a Bridgerton season. Because if you have watched all of our reactions, I have been a Colin supporter since Season 1, Episode 1. And I can't believe the day has finally come that I'm going to watch it. It's annoying that the season is in 2 parts. I really don't understand why they've done this. At the very least, it means the excitement lasts a bit longer, I guess, if we're trying to make good out of the situation. Full disclaimer, I haven't read the books. I don't want to know spoilers from the books. I haven't watched the trailer because I don't want to know like what the storyline is going to be of the season. Of course it's going to be Colin, but like I don't want to know the tropes and things. I just like to know as little as possible when I'm going to react to a show. And I haven't rewatched seasons 1 and 2 since watching them, so my memory might be a little hazy in some parts. I did, however, watch a video that Netflix uploaded on YouTube, which was like Colin's story so far, and it had most of their scenes that have been in the first 2 seasons. So I did watch that and I'm all clued up on how their storyline's gone, although I remembered most of it anyway. But yeah, they left off in season 2 in such a bad place, with Colin making that horrible comment about how he would never court Penelope Featherington, and then Eloise found out that she was Lady Whistledown, and so Penelope is basically going to be friendless at the start of the season. And I think of this season more as Penelope's season, which it really isn't. It's more Colin's season, isn't it, because he is the Bridgerton, but I just think of it all from Penelope's point of view. I don't know if the show will actually go that way, but that's how I think of it. I think, oh, it's Penelope's time to shine, but it's actually Colin because he is the Bridgerton. But I presume that Penelope and Eloise won't be on the best terms, at least at the start of the season, and that's gonna hurt because Penelope and Eloise were one of my favourite dynamics on the whole show. So it's going to be very different to see them not hanging out with each other. It's going to make me so sad. But I honestly cannot wait. My friends have already watched the whole thing and they're messaging me saying how much they think I'm going to love it. And I think the same. So let's just get into it.
You thought I was silenced, but you thought wrong. Yours truly, Lady
That means she's coming back with a
Whistledown.
vengeance. Eloise is gonna know it's her now. Everything she says, it's gonna be so harsh. Right. Okay. I actually love Bridgerton so much. Just seeing the set is making me want to grin.
Dearest gentle reader, we have been apart for far too long.
We really have. It's been too long.
Miss Stowell is thought to be a most accomplished young lady.
She really picks up on everything, doesn't she?
Miss Hartigan will certainly appeal to genteel suitors. Miss Kenworthy is a welcome entry, brimming with confidence and charisma.
She's been quite complimentary so far.
Is there anything we can do to help? The maid asking who's playing downstairs to quieten down so I might hear.
I can try, but is that not in fact?
Oh, is that Francesca?
How did you get down here? I've been outside your door all morning.
I woke up early, got dressed, took breakfast in the garden, because it is just another day. Shall we go?
She is severely underplaying it.
Perhaps we do not need to worry so much.
That strikes me as someone that's hiding her insecurity. Eloise was loudly stressed about it, but that's because she's loudly stressed as a person. Oh no, they won't be hanging out together. Ugh. Oh my god. Colin, he looks so different.
Is that her brother?
Colin?
Penelope. It's funny how they seem to have their glow-ups every season, isn't it? I remember Anthony looking so much better. Oh. Did you see her? Or was she too hidden behind the hedge?
The status quo, this author quickly grows weary.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. I remember Anthony getting exponentially more attractive when season 2 came along. And it feels like it's done the same with Colin. I remember that Emma, who was in the season 1 and 2 reactions, if you haven't been here for a while, she has left the channel now. We are still friends though, so there's no beef there. But she always used to say that she thinks of Colin as a baby because he's really baby-faced. He certainly doesn't look like that anymore.
Under what foreign sun did you apparently get so sturdy?
Oh, they're
There's no
acknowledging
way
it.
I shall not bore you with details. What have you done with our brother? This time away was exactly what I needed.
Miss Clara Livingston!
Now that they're getting some sign language inclusion there.
Shall I fetch your refreshment, Your Majesty?
Perhaps a casket. The lack of interest here today shall usher me to an early grave at any moment.
She remains so iconic.
You were only a week back from Bath and already you were eager to escape us.
No, I simply could use some peace.
Well, I'm afraid if peace is what you are after,
She's
then
been back
this
for a
may
week and
all
already
be
she has to
rather
enter
overwhelming.
society. These women don't get a break. I really wonder what she judges them on,
Your
Queen
Majesty.
Charlotte. Is it
You've
just
had good
based
luck
on their
with
looks?
Bridgertons.
Oh, everyone is swooning over Colin, aren't they? Oh!
If it were to please my bride, I would wed you a second time.
Oh, she's married now as
As many as
well.
it takes to make you happy.
She was a tiresome spinster who always had her nose in a book. She was not tiresome.
They're lovely
She
as
did not care
always.
for either of you.
Oh!
Standing, our finances in order, and without any man telling us what to do. Let us enjoy this day.
I'm very excited for the Featheringtons to get more screen time. I always find them such a funny family to watch. The mother especially. She's such a character, much as I do love and hate her, equally at the same time.
Will anyone really believe that a spinster who never owned so much as a donkey cart would have a fortune to leave to you? The truth has a way of rearing its ugly head, but pay no heed to me.
She probably does have a point.
If you're asking if I came back to take a wife this season, I'm afraid the answer may disappoint. Although, if there is one thing I learned on my travels, it is forever to expect the unexpected.
Yes! So he's not actually looking for a wife, but he sure as hell gonna find one.
Oh, look. If it isn't Penelope Featherington, back in a dress.
Oh, this
Hello,
bitch!
Rose. There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. And I for you.
What?
In part.
Eloise, no!
It's not congenial to be back from the country.
No! So when did those two hang out?
Befriending you there was a happy surprise. But ultimately it is London where I'm most at home.
Oh, come on now. What the hell do those two have in common? Besides hating Penelope at this point, I guess.
Kind, I suppose.
Well, that is plain. You do not want someone unkind.
No, of course not.
Oh, she doesn't seem very good at socialising.
I do not understand this new friendship.
Same!
I spent enough time last season trying to assist her until my assistance nearly drove her outside society, so I'm not interfering.
Oh, but look at these two bonding. How lovely is that?
I hope to be half the Viscountess you are. I am sure you will be even greater. And forgive me, I will move into a dower house as soon as I find one. I'm grateful to have you close.
I love that. It feels really harsh for her to have to move out of the house that she's lived in for years as Lady Bridgerton.
My travels? I cannot begin to share my travel adventures with you. If I did, you would swoon.
They're already swooning. Look at them. Fan, fan, fan.
Were I to tell you even the tiniest adventure, well, I would be forced to marry you. Such an array of beautiful ladies. Men will be fighting over you.
Has he
I
become...
can
What was the word? Oh, there was a word that always used to be used to describe Anthony when he was really, you know, flirtatious in society and sleeping around and stuff. What was it? A rake? Was that the word? A rake during the Regency period referred to a man lacking moral fortitude akin to what might today be called a player. Yes, that is what I'm definitely thinking of. A rake is someone, usually a man, who has many romantic exploits and is well known for being a scoundrel while still being someone likeable in their own way. Yeah, it feels like he's going more down that route this season. A rake. Because I never thought of Colin as a player. Like in season 1, he met Marina and instantly wanted to marry her, didn't he? I don't remember him having to use this much flirtation when it came to Marina. I think he just like started courting her naturally and it went about how it went about. But now he's like speaking to everyone and flirting with all of them. It feels very much like an Anthony season 1 vibe, doesn't it? His sturdiness has brought him some newfound confidence, I guess.
Wrote a document bequeathing the estate to my girls, just as soon as one of them produces an heir.
Did he?
It's amazing how much disdain Lady Featherington has for Penelope, considering she is by far the smartest out of all of her daughters.
It's good to see you.
Is it?
Truly, it has felt like I've been absent years instead of months.
Much has certainly changed in that time.
Oh, she's being so cold.
Am I mistaken, or was Eloise walking arm in arm with Cressida Campbell?
This is the talk of the town. I am shook. I love that Penelope hasn't just gone back to normal with him.
Well, technically, one of our sons will be the new Lord Featherington. One of us would simply be the heir's mama.
One of us? You think you were part of this race? With what husband?
That would be so funny if she was the first one to produce an heir. What happens? I am so out of the Regency era and I never know anything about it, but what happens when Penelope and Colin marry? Does she move into the Bridgerton household? Or does he move into the Featherington household? Will he become the new Lord Featherington? I have so many questions about that. Because Lady Bridgerton said to Kate, I will find somewhere else to live as soon as I can. Because technically it's Kate and Anthony's household now. So presumably she would move out. Would she move out? Oh my god, I have so many questions for me. Would she move out by herself or would she move with the children? Because he's Lord Bridgerton. Does that mean that he has to take care of the children or would she move out with the children, including Colin and Benedict? Like, oh my god. I guess I just have to watch this season play out and see how it all fares, but I just do not know anything about this period of time and how it all plays out.
I take comfort in knowing that you will always be here to take care of me.
That's such a backhanded compliment.
I do not wish to see a citrus colour ever again. I cannot live at home any longer. It's been hard enough living under my mother's rules, but my sister's. I must take a husband before that happens.
Oh, she's got the motivation now. Is she allowed to just do that though? Because then why didn't she do it sooner? Like, she's always hated these colours.
Someone kind. Allows for my privacy for obvious reasons.
Then a new look is just the thing.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Something like what they are wearing in Paris.
Didn't Colin say something about wearing what he was wearing was all the rage in Paris?
A good deal, I know. But it was all the rage in Paris.
You visited France and Spain.
My chic music is Italian.
Exactly how many cities did you visit in 4 months?
I lost count in truth.
Will this family ever be on time?
A gift for you, Mother.
It is lovely, truly.
Just as she said, will the family ever be on time? He gives her a pocket watch.
This book has humour and truth. The pains of friendship is altogether more probable.
I take it your taste in friendship has changed as well.
To Cressida?
Cressida surprised me this summer.
How?
What of Penelope?
We've simply grown apart.
I avoided society because I did not know if you'd want to see me.
And perhaps because you were worried I might reveal your secret.
I do appreciate you keeping it. You may not understand what I did, but I was only trying to protect...
Oh, I do not need your explanations. I have kept your secret exactly because I do not wish to keep revisiting the past.
Are you really friends with her?
I wish you very well, Penelope.
I get why Eloise is mad, of course. Like, I mean, it's a bit like Gossip Girl in that sense. We've always called this the, you know, olden time Gossip Girl. Penelope Wright taints things, even about her nearest and dearest. So it is almost a wonder why we as the audience root for her so much. But it's because she is such a likeable person. But when that stuff is written about yourself, of course Eloise is going to be angry at her and not want to speak to her. But then you also do see Penelope's side, because in a way she was trying to protect Eloise's name. The Eloise and Cressida friendship, however, I don't know if I can get behind it. If they made Cressida likeable, I mean, maybe I can be swayed, but this girl has bullied Penelope for the past 2 seasons at the very least. For Penelope's ex-BFF to then go befriend her is such a big betrayal. I don't know if Eloise is doing it out of spite, because she just wants to hurt Penelope as much as Penelope hurt her, or if she genuinely did like Cressida when she surprised her last summer, supposedly. I don't know, but I just can't believe it. Cressida. Cressida. Oh.
She has left your son Nicholas everything.
Oh, wow.
While you have several cousins who are more closely related to her, none have male children. As such, Nicholas shall be the next Baron of Kent.
They'll have a title.
Perhaps we might need drinks.
The dog! Oh my god! I hate myself. I don't remember what the dog's called. Oh my god, the F7 flashbacks.
What's happening out there can't be as important as what's happening down here. Making it.
I see Lady Bridgerton fails on her sex education with the men as well as the women. Oh, I was way off.
I do not think that will be necessary.
Is this song ABCDEFU? That's so funny. Considering the amount of hatred in this room.
It is not us they stare at.
Oh, he looks happy for her. I love him. He's such an underrated character.
Fortune before I can claim it.
If she wants to wear such a melancholy colour, that's her prerogative.
So you telling me this whole time they've had the ability to change the colour of their dresses without Miss Featherington throwing a fit?
My homework, reading on.
Golf.
Miss Featherington, pleasure to see you.
What a striking gown you have on.
People are approaching her. Holy shit, has this ever happened before?
It's a pleasure to see you all in your proper evening dress, which is not at all gown-like.
Who is she? That, Your Majesty, is Miss Penelope Featherington.
You don't even recognise her. She's been here for 3 years.
What do you desire?
These are such
What do you
difficult
despise?
questions.
What makes you tick?
How do you answer any of these?
Brother, I should like a moment alone.
Of course.
I really hope he's not as hard on her as he was on Daphne, because he was quite strict with her, wasn't he?
Oh, dear, is Francesca quite well?
She simply needed a moment, as do I. And I should like to use that moment to dance with my beautiful wife.
Please, enjoy yourselves.
I love the dances so much. And I'm excited to see, hopefully, fingers crossed, some Penelope and Colin dances, because I remember last season, Kate and Anthony's dances were always filled with so much tension because they weren't technically supposed to be dancing together, and I feel like it'll be the same with Colin.
Penelope.
Maybe these two could become friends. They don't actually seem too dissimilar.
Once one finds oneself on the wall, it is difficult to come off it, no matter what one does.
At least the wall is not asking what makes me tick.
She's quite shy then.
Different from my siblings as well. Can be difficult, can it not?
Oh look at those two. I'm rooting for them now. Oh, what is that dirty look?
Are you well, Miss Featherington?
Yes, forgive me. Cold headache.
From the ice cream or from the very congenial-looking miss with the sneer? Why do I have the feeling that you, in turn, know how to make one wither, if you so choose?
Me?
Is he
I suppose.
hitting on her? Wow. Take a look at that, Cressida.
Excuse me,
No!
Oh, how mortifying. I'm so clumsy.
Oh, she does something like that every single season.
Perhaps if you had not bought such cheap fabric.
Oh, what, like your eagle wings? Eloise. How can you possibly...
I'm so sorry.
I was about to slate her and then she said she's sorry and I'm like, oh. Okay, maybe there's hope. See, Cressida is so horrible. That's why she genuinely did surprise Eloise. I do want to see that side of her because I just can't possibly understand how she could have a nice side to her. We've never seen her do anything nice. But at the very least, Eloise apologised there for that horrible moment. Because Cressida just non-stop goes after her. Why is it her? Of all people. They're in the same position. It's both of their 3rd years on the married mark.
Pen, she did not look well, did she?
The Featherington girl. Why concern yourself with her? I want to know what happened on these late nights.
Do not say something mean again, Colin.
Why do you think so soon? Especially in such a charming dress.
Do not mock me, please.
Mock you? I assure you I'm quite serious. The colour rather suits you.
It so does.
Do you not need a chaperone?
Spinsters do not need chaperones.
You are not a spinster.
I'm in my third year of marriage, Mark, with no prospects to show for it. What would you call that?
Well, you know Bridget Jones.
I wrote to you this summer, as I always do, and, well, you did not respond. Admittedly, very few did, but...
Oh, that's interesting. Oh. In one of their previous scenes, probably at the start of season 2, was Colin coming back and him saying, very few people responded to me over the summer, but you responded to all of my letters. And so the dependable Penelope that always responded to every single one of Mr. Colin Bridgerton's letters is no longer. She's pissed off, and he doesn't know why she's pissed off, but she's pissed off. And that one person that was always there to respond to his letters isn't there anymore. And I really hope that she will humble him and tell him that she heard what he said, because it was such a horrible thing for him to say, and he needs to know that she's aware of it before any courting shit happens. Also, Colin always says how few people respond to his letters, and I do actually feel a bit bad for him in that aspect, because I think if I took the time out of my day to write so many people letters and no one responded, it would damage my self-esteem exponentially.
I miss you.
You miss me. You miss me, but you would never court me, is that correct? Telling everyone how you would never, ever court Penelope Featherington.
Perhaps we should talk about this somewhere more private.
Because I embarrass you.
I was about to say, because you're embarrassed.
Court me. I am the laughingstock of the town, even when I changed my entire wardrobe.
No. Oh.
It just never occurred to me that you, of all people, could be so cruel.
Oh, pop off. Oh my god, that was so good. It's so weird how I'm so rooting for them to be together, but I also want her to shout at him. That means he must feel a little bit bad about it if he remembers it. You know, he seems to have experienced, she's writing about him, oh my goodness. He seems to have experienced so much over the summer, but he still remembers saying that line. So, like, it means he must have known it was wrong when he said it.
It is a rather unusual situation. Are any of your daughters with child?
Oh, I do hope to receive the news any day now.
I see.
This is such a risky lie.
Such a beautiful home. Good day.
Oh, that feels like a threat. Such a beautiful home. Shame you're going to lose it in 2 episodes.
It has been difficult to find a husband. It has been more difficult still to find a friend. I've not had many since my debut.
And it's no surprise the way you treat people, you bitch.
But the season has a way of coming between young ladies, pitting us against one another.
You are a massive part of that.
Society does not seek to forge affections amongst us. I thought I was the only one who noticed.
She is undeserving of my attention. And of yours.
How are your meetings?
Not nearly as good as our bed.
They're still in the honeymoon phase so many months after. I love it.
Your mother enjoys being Viscountess so much, while I have already spent years taking care of Edwina and running the Sharma household. Why not put ourselves first for once and extend the honeymoon?
Blimey, how many months of honeymoon do they need? Oh,
I'm sorry for intruding.
he's calls
I'm
on
very
her.
sorry for my callous comment here last year. It pains me to see you upset.
Then perhaps you should not have come.
I'm loving the sass so much.
I'm most certainly not ashamed of you, Pen. The opposite is true. In fact, I seek you out at every social assembly because I know you will lift my spirits and make me see the world in ways I could not have imagined.
But you can't say that to other people. That's an issue.
Husband is what you seek. Let me help you. I was in 17 cities this summer, and what I have learned is that charm can be taught.
Thing is, okay, Colin always feels like he can be the most real when he's with Penelope. He said earlier in the episode, I believe, someone asked him, one of the brothers, Anthony or Benedict, they said, blimey, how many cities were you in this summer? And he said, God, I cannot even count. Or maybe it was one of the people at the ball, I don't know, some guy he was talking to said that. Whereas with Penelope, he said explicitly, I visited 17 cities this summer. So it's as if he's like trying to put on this facade with everyone else, trying to act cool, like, oh, I don't remember how many cities I went to because I was having so much fun. Whereas with Penelope, he can be real and give her the details, like, oh, I visited 17 cities this summer. I do believe everything he says to her is true. Like, he seeks her out at every social engagement because of the way she makes him feel, and she gives him a view on things that he's never seen before. But the issue is, he speaks so highly of her to herself and lifts her spirits, but he doesn't say it to anyone else. It's like he is ashamed of being friendly with her because of that comment. he made. It was awful. It was horrible. It's damaging to anyone's self-esteem. But I feel like the show does point out to us how different Colin is with Penelope and how much realer he is with her than anyone else, because even with this whole flirtation thing he's got going on at the moment, I feel like it's just an act. It doesn't feel like Colin. It feels like he's trying hard to be something he's not.
We will have lessons, and you will quickly master them, I'm certain.
Oh.
There is nothing more I want than to earn back the favour of the one person who has always truly made me feel appreciated.
Stop it, I'm swooning already. Oh.
What do you say?
Oh my god, so he's going to teach her how to court people, but he's going to fall in love with her in the process?
Are we not friends?
Stop using the F word though. For God's sake, she's going to be your wife.
Friends.
I'm so excited! And even better, oh my god, what if she does actually find someone that she gets along with and then he gets jealous?
Dearest gentle reader, when the tide
No, but
of
she wrote
change
about him!
turns, it can be
She wrote
sudden,
something!
fierce, and
Please tell me it was something good.
Lord Kent, welcome to your new home.
Oh, they're being treated so differently already.
then there are some who take the embrace of
Louise
change
is reading
a
it!
step too far.
Nothing. What are you reading?
Nothing.
I'm scared, I'm actually worried.
But one must wonder, is this new character the real him, or simply a ploy for attention?
I will never forgive her.
Do you have any idea who she might be?
I do not. But trust me, if I ever find out, I will make sure it is her life that is ruined.
Shit, no! I feel like you'll probably find out after they get together, which would be a whole load of angst. That was such a good first episode. I said at the start that I think of this season more as Penelope's season, and the way they've started it off definitely feels like it is that way anyway. Technically, Colin is the Bridgerton, and it is his book / his story / his season. But a lot of it is from Penelope's point of view, and Colin is her love interest. I haven't actually seen a lot of things from his point of view yet, and I don't know whether that's because he's not in love with Penelope yet, or whether it's because Penelope's got a lot more going on storyline wise than him. I'm not sure. But I do hope further down the line we get things from Colin's point of view more, because I feel like Penelope already is a much more fleshed out character than Colin is. And so I would love to see more about him, besides the fact that he's the brother that likes to travel a lot, you know. I really like the way they set things up with their storyline. The trope of lessons to help her get a partner, and then he'll end up falling in love with her through those lessons. It's definitely in a rom-com film, but I can't think of what it is right now. And I'm absolutely pained that I can't think of what it is, but it's definitely in something. And it is such a good trope, especially when she is someone who has loved him for so long, and she's finally making that step to move on, and then he's gonna want to start chasing her. Yes! And if he gets jealous, if we get some Colin jealousy scenes, chef's kiss. Because jealousy scenes are my all-time favourite thing in a ship. I don't care. I know it's toxic, but especially when it's the person that has been blind to the love all along, and then they start to get jealous. It's just show-stopping spectacular. It's cinema. It's amazing. And it will feel so much greater this season because we've watched their build-up across the past 2. We've seen how she's longed for him over 2 whole seasons already. And then if he ends up getting jealous, watching her getting courted by someone else, the payoff will be so much better. I also like that we got to see glimpses of Kate and Anthony as well. You know, they're very much in love still. It looks like they're going to be continuing their honeymoon though. So does that mean they're not in the rest of the season? I mean, I'm not too bothered by it because it's not their season anymore. I did really love them and I loved their storyline, but I feel like we do need to give the focus to the new main couple because they got so much time in their season. We love them because we watched them grow, so it's only right that we get to see Penelope and Colin grow now, and then the next season, you know, as they go on. But it doesn't mean I don't want them in it at all. You know, I would still like to see them here and there. But I like what Kate said, you know, Lady Bridgerton clearly doesn't want to move out and she loves being the Viscountess, so it's a win-win for them, really. They don't get to do the work and they get to go on their honeymoon, and Lady Bridgerton gets to keep doing what she loves doing. I think it's so unfair that she has to move out of that home though, because there's literally a painting of her and her husband on that wall. Like, I think I will always think of them as the heads of the household, but they're not anymore, are they? You know, he's dead. She's no longer the Viscountess. It's Kate and Anthony's house now. But it's so hard to think of it that way, and it's so harsh that she has to move out. Lady Featherington is holding out such a risky lie, and I think she will end up getting caught out, because the Featheringtons don't often have luck swing their way, and I think things will get exposed with the forged document, unless Penelope's marriage to Colin really saves the day and he's able to like hide it from being exposed or something. But there's no way they're going to be able to keep that lie up forever. I have always rooted for the Featheringtons, because even though I kind of hate the sisters, I kind of do love and hate Lady Featherington. I do root for them, because Lady Featherington always tries so hard and things don't often fall her way, and she always tries to make the most out of every situation, so I do root for her a little bit in that aspect. They're so looked down upon as well by everyone, especially the Cowpers. I feel like Cressida's mum has said a few bitchy things to Lady Featherington in her time, but Lady Featherington is a bitch too, so you know, I don't know why I root for her so hard, but I do. I really do. There's also the thread set up of Colin having a hatred for Lady Whistledown, saying that if he ever finds out who she is, he will ruin her life. Okay. How do we go about this one? I'm so scared for that reveal. And I thought going into the season that Eloise would expose Penelope straight from the off, and so she would be like exiled from society at the start of the series or something, but no. He's gonna find out. I would bet money on it that he's gonna find out after they're together. This is why I prefer slow burn romances. I love angst. I do love angst, but like, I prefer slow burn romances, because all the angst usually happens before they get together, and then you're kind of stress free after that. But yeah. On the other hand, that means they might get together early in the season if he finds out that she's Lady Whistledown after they're together, after they're married, maybe. Yeah, that's gonna be a tough watch when that scene comes out, when he finds out that she's Lady Whistledown. That is gonna be so stressful, and I just can't even bear to think of that right now. But I thought this was such a great first episode. I really like the introduction to Francesca as well. I think she seems really likeable. She seems like she's quite shy. She's not quite Daphne-esque. I think she does have the elegance and grace of Daphne, but she doesn't have the social competence. She does seem like someone who would be more inclined to be a wallflower, someone that would want to stand on the sidelines with Penelope. But Penelope was advising her to put herself out there, and also I think she is someone that the men just naturally gravitate towards anyway. I don't think she will be a wallflower throughout the season. I think she will probably be one to watch. She seems lovely, and I do hope that her and Penelope can strike up a friendship, because they do seem like they're quite similar. And if Eloise and Penelope aren't friends anymore, I feel like Francesca is the next best thing, so to speak. That's it for today, guys. I've put my reaction to season 3 episode 1 of Bridgerton. If you want access to my uncut reactions, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for episode 2. Bye!
I like 'em sweet but naughty, pimples on the cheeks, I bet you taste like